Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Project Highrise. Today we begin anew with what is soon going to become PLUMP Tower. Yes, the name is interesting. This tower is going to be a little bit short and very, very wide at some point. We're starting with a small loan of $10,000, and we have many, many things that we need to do with it. Now, as you can see, we can expand out quite a bit. We can, of course, go up to the 39th floor thus far. But honestly, I don't see me going much higher than around 25. I might eventually, but I would much prefer this to be quite a wide tower and just one tower as opposed to multiple for a multitude of reasons. Basically, it is easier for people to get about the building if it is just one building. And the other reason being that I just kind of want to, for design purposes, have it be quite wide as opposed to quite tall. I'm also noticing that over here is the bus stop, and this is where everyone comes from. This is where the population comes from, and this is where the visitors come from. Unless we get a metro station, that's the way things are going to be. And then when we get a metro station, that's where some other ones will come from. So we have a metro station over here, they'll come from that, and also over here. But what I'm thinking is that it might be a really good idea to have all of our shops and restaurants over in this section of the map, with all of the offices sort of in the middle and then residential spacing over here. I feel like that's a good idea because that way everything's sort of limited. If we have all of the shops over here and all of that stuff, we can have the storage rooms that they're going to need up above them, and then more shops above that if we want to. If we have all of the, or below them would probably be a much better bet. If we have offices in the middle, then all of the office services can be above or below them, and the same with the residential over here. We can have a nice block of residential with the services beneath it. That way all of the services are right by the tenants that are going to need them, and the tenants that need high traffic areas are going to be in a high traffic area. So with that in mind, we're not going to be doing any of that just yet, because we have a whole bunch of things we need to do first. Now, like I've said, we're starting with $10,000, so let's immediately go ahead and see what we can do. So 1, 2, 3, I need to expand this way just a little bit, and then go 1, 2, 3, and do that. So that's actually pretty good. Let me go ahead and get an elevator. Like so, and then let me just delete the stairs. Now, elevators are a little bit pricey. They are 50 per day, but they're a little bit more efficient than stairs, and people prefer them to stairs, so that's fine. Initially, what I'm going to be doing is limiting myself to just 2 floors until we have the entire map filled out horizontally here. Then we'll start going up. So that's the way I want to work things here. So on this ground floor, I am going to want some restaurants, but we'll deal with that in just a moment. I also want to just go ahead and take one of these. Do we want to focus on population, or... I'm thinking I'm going to do this, because it's actually quite easy. We need to get a restaurant that serves breakfast and lunch, and we need a cafe that serves coffee. Now, the coffee and breakfast thing is going to be tricky, because at the moment we can only get food courts. We can't get cafes. But we can get cafes once we get a prestige level of 1, which will come from 20 population, which really shouldn't take all that long. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and place in a maintenance office, because that is something we're going to need. And I'm also going to leave just a little bit of space here so I can get in some more of these transformers, which we are absolutely going to need as well. So, with that in mind, let's get my workers to go and start, well, doing some work, which it took them a second, but they got there eventually. So, they're going to do that. I'm going to start placing in the little food courts just here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we actually have room for the water closets just here, which is going to be great. I actually measured this a little bit incorrectly, which is a shame, but we'll say that that was intentionally left there for water closets, so it's completely fine. Let's go to plumbing closets, 1, 2, 3. And we can get these food courts in. So we want just one of these for the time being. We can advertise for some more, but that's all right. They are definitely going to need electricity, so let's give them that. And I guess I'll just run electricity across those floors. We'll get a wiring closet just up there and run it across that floor as well. So hopefully my workers will get to doing what they need to do. They are taking their time, that's for sure. They are absolutely taking their time doing all of this, but that's, again, that's fine. They'll get it done eventually. So, with that underway, we can start putting some offices on that floor when it's finished, but I actually want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, oh, hello. So we are losing some money, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and like that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can get a bunch of stuff in there as well. Now this, like I said, should probably end up being more along the lines of shops and services, but we are still pretty much central to the map. So, how many offices do we have there? 1, 2, I think 4. So if I go, that's 1 office, that's 2 offices, that's 3 offices, and that is 4. So we're going to get 4 on either side, or not offices necessarily, but we're going to get 4 of whatever on either side. It might actually be a good idea to do 1, 2, 3, and then do an extra 3 at the end so we can get another couple of elevators in there. Just so we go with a fairly... We have this nice kind of column going on here. I think that'll be a pretty cool thing to do. I'm a little bit confused as to why we have a plumbing closet there. I don't really think we need it. If I place that, then that's absolutely my mistake. But let's go ahead and get ourselves a water meter. So that, again, we do have this symmetry across the building, and then just a couple of elevators like so. So that is now completely symmetrical. I want to go ahead and get some offices into all of this space, like so. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll get this floor as well in just a moment. Now let's go ahead and start looking at offices. I'm immediately going to jump in with some legal offices. They do need phone lines though, so maybe we don't want to do that. Accounting needs courier and copy services, but I think that's going to be better than... I think that'll be better than phone lines. So we'll grab you. We'll also grab one of these, because that other office kind of wanted those, which we can now get. Then insurance offices don't pay much, but it is getting the number of people in here up, which does knock the rent up just a little bit too. And creative offices need a prestige level of 1 with more cafes. So... I guess, I mean, you just want an electricity line, so that's fine by me. You want a phone line, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to spend money to make money. That's gonna be the way of it. So let's get a phone line there. Let's run the phone line across to there. Very expensive to do, but that is a-okay by me. So run that cable into there, run that cable across to there, and we should be good in just a moment, once all of those are constructed, to start making some pretty good money. Now, yesterday's rent was $90. That's not much, but I guess we didn't really have much in here. I think it was just you, wasn't it? Yeah, so daily rent of $90. What are we going to be looking at then? So 90 plus 95 plus 120. We're going to be doing all right. I don't really want another food court restaurant. I just want to get my prestige up to level 1 so I can get these cafes and get this initial contract out of the way. In fact... you do breakfast and lunch. Or do you? No, you do breakfast. Okay, so that's actually alright. Do you do coffee? No. Well, that's fine. That is completely fine. Let's get all of these guys in as well. And I think I'm gonna play... I'm gonna play pretty hard towards expanding my construction team and my maintenance team pretty early on. I also realize I need to advertise for all of those guys. Oh, I didn't actually have a look at that. Yeah, we're still not doing so great. We are losing a little bit of money. But yesterday's rent was 910, so that is immediately pretty good that proof of concept is almost out of the way. So we'll get that done pretty quickly. We have 14 population, 14 tenants in the building. I don't necessarily think I want too many food courts, but I guess we are going to have a lot of offices. What if we... I wish I could see how wide this map was. I wish I could see how many units that was. Because I'm thinking, I mean, this is 4 there. So we can get 4 regular-sized offices on either side of this. We can get 4 in the middle, and then I guess it is, yeah. So that is, what, 8, so that's 16, 20, 24 plus 16 and 16. So 24 plus 16 is 40, 56, I think that is, the whole way across. So if that's 56, if we did 56 on this side and 56 on that side, we could, in theory, have, well, 50... Well, if I did 2 extra on either side, you could go 60, 60, and 60 for each kind of individual section. I think. I might be wrong on those calculations, but I'm just thinking, yeah, no, the building with it says it right there, 56. Didn't really need to add that up at all. So, yeah, if we did 2 on either side to make that be, I'm going to do it. So 60 wide like this. So it's going to be 60 tiles wide. If we did 60 here and 60 there, max is 100. Is that 180 or is that 100? 6, 12, 18. I think I've actually measured this out perfectly. I don't really know. But that could be useful. That could actually be really useful to split it up like that, to give everything sort of equal space. Anyway, let's have a little look and see if we can get more legal offices. Yes, we can. We'll give them a phone line as well. So that's going to be built up. Let me then go and get more offices just in here. And I guess I will do some more small food courts just because I can. And we do sort of need to fill out the space a little bit. A lot of these guys are probably going to be inclined to leave because they're going to have a lot of competition. But I think they'll just about manage. Let me just extend this to that point and extend this to that point. Okay, so that is going to connect all those guys together. In terms of offices, I'm going to say, I guess, accounting, and accounting, and accounting, and finally some insurance because we can. And I think it might be worth doing some services every couple of floors. Although I did say I want to expand outward as opposed to anything else. So I guess we'll do some... Oh, no, we are having electricity problems. And that's because of the simple fact that... How have I... Oh, I see what I've done there. Yeah, the electricity problems are coming from the fact that we've connected too many tenants to this, which can only produce up to 10 electricity. There's demand for 14, so we do need to upgrade our electricity transformers. So grab another one of those. And I guess what I'll do is if I go ahead and expand down like this a little bit, and I'm kind of tempted to do stairs, because generally speaking, there shouldn't really be any regular tenants down here. So stairs might be a pretty good bet. And if I could get them central, that would be even better. Can I get them central? I can actually, so I'm going to do that. So stairs are going to go in that spot. I'm going to go a little bit further down like this, and I'm going to do some more stairs. Just like that. So that's going to connect that space all together, and this is where my services for the offices are going to go, assuming these guys can actually get done. Now, they're currently constructing that, which is fine. They're getting some lunch. You're constructing that. So you're going down the stairs. You're going to start constructing some stuff. That's excellent news. Okay, so we're at 19 out of 20 tenants. Let's get one more food court so that we can get that up to 20, get the prestige level to 1, and then get ourselves a little cafe, which will totally help towards a bit of variety. So you are currently constructing the cafe. You're constructing that staircase. And that's going to get us to prestige level 1. Once, of course, you are actually finished with it, which is taking quite a long... There we go. So prestige level 1 now lets me get the cafes that we need, and you do coffee and lunch, which is excellent news. It means that a bit of variety is going to be completed, which is exactly what we need. So this whole area is being built, that cafe is being built. I don't necessarily think we do need as many cafes as I have placed here. In fact, I'm realizing that if... Oh, there's some fireworks. I'm realizing that if we go with my plan, we're actually going to have some problems, because it's entirely possible that we're going to see a lot of people opting, if people live on this side of the building, we're going to see a lot of people walking through all of this, which might wear it down very quickly. So we do need to be wary of what we're going to be doing here. Now let's get some water pipes into there, just to make it functional. And I guess we might as well see about... Oh, hello. So that's a bit more money for that, which is very good news. 360 per day is nothing to sniff at. Let's have a look at 2 more contracts then. Up to 50 people I can do, and 3,000 per day I can absolutely do. Yesterday's rent was 1,920, so this really won't take too long. At all. This should be excellent. We have a good bit of money. So, I guess if we constantly expand the way we were expanding, we should be okay. So, what I want to do, I guess, is if I do it the same way I did, which was 16, then 4, then 16, then 4, then 16, I'm going to get to 56 again. So I need to do 2, and then another 4, then 8, then 12, then 16, and then, what way does this work? Then elevator, then plumbing closet. So, 1, 2, 3, and elevator, then 1, and plumbing closet. I need to plan this very, very carefully. So 1 and plumbing closet. Not everything's going to fit in here perfectly, by the way, but that's okay. I want to go with this design because it means I'm sort of allocating the same space to everyone. So then we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. What is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do electricity and another elevator. So elevator and wiring closet. Then another 4. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And that leaves me 3 on the end. If that actually works out and leaves me another 3 on the other end, then we can totally get elevators going up the sides of the buildings. And I think I have enough to spread this out. So, what we need to remember is that these spaces here, that is where the buildings are effectively separated. And I kind of like the idea of just leaving this nice big glass pillar going up through the building. So, that's something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this then. So, 1, 2. And then we want 16 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hello. Bit of money. So that was 1, 2, and then 3. So 4. Then that is 8. Then that is 12. And that's 16. And then it was elevator, water closet. So 1, 2, 3, water closet. So if we go to plumbing closet, then we go to elevator. We then need 16, wiring closet, elevator, 16. I really hope this works. So that's 4, that's 8, that's 12, and then we need 1, 2, 3, that's 4. So then we get the wiring closet. I so hope this works. Wiring closet. Oh, we're quite close to the edge. 1, 2, 3, and elevator. I feel like I've added this up wrong. Then 1, 2, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So, we haven't quite got the ability to put an elevator here, but that is equal, I think. I think that's equal. I might be mistaken, but I think that's equal. So I'm quite pleased about that. Let me go ahead and get the glass in like that, and also in there eventually. So this is good. That's a lot of elevators. That's going to be super, super, super expensive to maintain currently, because elevators are 50 per day. So it's not that expensive, but it's going to be a little bit costly. But basically, each of these divides here represents a different part of the building. So to the left of this glass is going to be stores and all that stuff. To the right of this glass is going to be residential. Then in the middle is offices. So I think that's good. I reckon that'll work. Let's just get the glass in there. And, I mean, I like it. I do. I'm quite happy about this. So, I guess we should... I mean, if I want more offices, I need to expand up, but I really don't want to do that. So let me expand like this. And we'll get another elevator in there, because we're going to need it. In fact, let me just expand the whole way across. And I can probably do the same on the other side. And we'll get the initial 2 floors. We're not necessarily filling out the map entirely, because to do that, we would want to fill like this little space, which I really don't want to do. I may have calculated this wrong somewhere. Maybe it was designed, and maybe it was supposed to actually reach the end. I really don't know, but I'm gonna assume I've done this properly, which I think I have. I really don't know. I might be wrong, and if I am, it's gonna come back to bite me in the ass, because someone's gonna see it in the comments, and someone is never going to let me live it down. But that's fine. That's fine. There are a lot of things that YouTube comments don't let me live down, such as the phrase "in all honesty," and the fact that Emerald County took several weeks to have an episode come out. So I'm kind of used to it. Now our rent has stayed exactly the same. That's to be expected, considering we didn't get any new tenants. We may, I suppose, want to look into getting more cafes then. Which is annoying, because I really don't want to put them on the ground floor here. I kind of want those to be offices. But, well, I guess they could be offices. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can actually have space for offices here, so let's just do that. Even though I'm not a big fan of having them on the ground floor like this, I feel it is probably going to be the best bet. Because this is where offices are supposed to be. So we'll get a bunch of small offices like so. And we could get creative, which is good, because they are expensive to build but pay really good rent. They do just need phone lines, which we don't currently have in this part of the building. Or this part of the building. I feel like this part of the building is the better one to go for creative offices, because it's closer to the phone line. And for electricity, they also have it. So, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4 creative offices. Everything in this episode thus far has been counting to 4. This is very, very interesting that everything is just it's just a pattern of 4 absolutely everywhere. It is very, very strange. Now, obviously, we do need some services. They're going to want a courier service. They're going to want a copy service. It is 300 to place that immediately. If I really wanted to, I could take a loan of 5,000, but that is going to cost me 300 per day. But I think I'm going to do it, because I would like to get some other people in here. So you're going to be 100. You are... That's fine. You are a bit cheaper, but I'm just going to fill out all of these offices for the time being. I am quite tempted to maybe start limiting each column of the offices here. So this one would be legal, accounting, creative, or whatever. But then again, we can get medical later down the line, and that wouldn't really work. So we will see what happens. Now, there is currently a bit of demand for, I think it was copy services that someone wanted. And the other was courier. I'm placing those in really bad places. That is all sorts of silly. We really... I think I am just going to keep the stairs for services, because I don't think services get annoyed with stairs. So I think we'll manage. I think this might end up being okay. Hopefully. I can certainly dream. Now, this does need to be built over here, but I think what I will do is I will go ahead and start looking at apartments. Because I don't know what way these are going to be spaced. Yeah, these are going to be spaced weirdly. Because I actually can't put them the way I would ideally put them. So, yeah, this is going to be a bit odd. I could, in theory, put some offices beside the apartments, but that's not really going to be a great idea. I think what I'm just going to have to do is space the apartments like this, with gaps in between them. Which I guess is okay. I guess that's fine. Because what I suppose I can do is, between the apartments, I can hopefully do trash. I can do a bin there. And then I guess I can do recycling somewhere else. So if I did a bin in the middle, I could do a couple of recycling bins elsewhere. Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, so that might end up working quite well for me. Let's go ahead and get a wiring closet there. Let me get a plumbing closet there. And I guess we'll do the same on this side as well. So a plumbing closet just there, and a wiring closet just there. So that'll hopefully go well. I can certainly dream. Now for these, we can get up to Deluxe currently, which is going to get me 215 rent per day. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, before we do that, it might be time to put some names in the game. But before that, I'm going to put in some services too. Ultimate Gamer 223 requested Dara. There you go, buddy. You work at the copy center. You've got some work to do, apparently. And whilst I'm taking this moment to point out that you work at the copy center, I do want to mention that I know you requested to work as a lawyer, but this early in the game, I'm not going to be putting people in specific roles that they request because the building may end up changing quite a bit. As we get further into this season, then we might start taking requests for jobs again. For the meantime, though, it's just going to be names in whatever job I feel like putting you into. So, Dara, you are going to be working in the copy center. Nano Productions requested Ewan M. So there you go, buddy. You also work in the copy center. And mentioning that, it's probably worth letting everyone know that I am going to be prioritizing naming all of you guys, or naming the workers after all of you guys, rather than the tenants. I think it's much more sensible to name the people that work in the building as building staff after all of you rather than tenants, because that way there's no chance of anyone moving out. So at the moment we have these two guys in the copy center named after commenters. We have currently got 2 people in the maintenance room and 2 construction people, and that's actually gonna be it. So I think what we'll do, we'll grab 2 more names for today and name our... Oh no, we've got the careers, we've got you. So we have 6 more people. We have construction, we have maintenance, we have careers. Let's name these 2 careers. So, Amethyst Midnight requested Kiana in the game. There you go. You are a courier and you have some work to do. And we have Sarah N here, who was requested by someone I assume called Sarah N, who's comment. There we go. Sarah Norholk Carlson requested their name in the game. You even said that I probably can't pronounce the surname. There you go. You also work as a courier. Another day, another dollar. So that's going to be 4 names for today. That'll hopefully keep all of you nice and happy. If you didn't get your name in, then do feel free to submit it in the comments of this video as well, because it might be put into the next episode. And once again, I'm going to be focusing on naming building staff as opposed to building tenants, because that way your name will always stick around. Building staff don't really move out unless I decide to kick them out, which is a bit unlikely, but it's possible. Don't get me wrong. It's possible. It's just less likely to happen. So, let's go ahead and get an apartment in there. And what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to go to trash, and I want to get some collection rooms. So I want a trash collection room and a recycling collection room, both of which can go in there, which is actually going to give us some more staff as well. And if we come over this way, we're going to get a trash bin, and we're going to chuck it just... I'm going to put it right in the middle, and hope for the best. And then for recycling, I'm going to say, I can't put it above the elevator, obviously, so I guess I'll put recycling... I'm going to try there, and I'm going to try there. And we are going to hope for the best. So I'm also going to do this for these guys. I'm going to do this as well. So that the residential is going to have that pattern. And this side of the building is going to have that pattern, which is very similar. Well, it's actually not similar at all. It's actually very different. One of them is squares, and I believe this one is circles. Yeah, those are about as far away from each other as you can actually get, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's see what you guys need. You actually only need electricity. No, you need water and gas. You need water and electricity, but you pay more, so... We need water, gas, and electricity for the deluxe apartments, which I actually want to get immediately, so we are going to need to get ourselves a gas manifold into the building, which I'm going to be putting on this floor here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get ourselves a gas manifold. Hello, we are now losing money. That's exciting. That's anything but exciting. But we'll get the gas manifold there, which is going to be very, very pricey. I'm actually slightly nervous. I'm going to take a loan. Oh, I took that. Oh, dear. We'll take that loan then. And now we do need to technically connect. No, do we need to connect a lot of this? We actually, interestingly, don't. What I do need to do is get a gas pipe from there to there. But once that's connected, these are all connected as well. So this is actually really good because I don't have to run the pipe from there. So there's gas for those guys. Hopefully I can afford this. So that's gas for all of them. And then water for all of these guys as well. Like so. And electricity for these guys too. And I'm sincerely hoping this will keep them happy. Now, we are going to need to do a basement for these guys as well. We're also possibly going to want to grab at least one elevator there. So let's get this deluxe apartment. And let's get a few of them. As many as we can, I think. They will pay pretty good rent. So there we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So I'm hoping that'll be good. I'm hoping that'll get us some good rent. They pay 215 daily rent. So that is over $1,000 in rent there. So this incremental income should be no problem at all once these guys start moving in. The question is, oh no, they are in fact moving in. So that's really, really good. So this might actually go okay. That's immediately, what, 225. Strange smells. Oh dear. Now that could be a problem. These guys aren't actually too happy about the trash being right there. I may need to put a trash bin down here. And I realize that is going to become a bit of an issue because if I only have trash bins at the end of the building, then we are going to experience some problems. I can counteract their annoyance with the smells if I put some art in there. But we're going to have to see what we can do. I want to stick to my plan here, but it may end up being a little bit risky. We'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and grab the art that we want for these walls. And there's a little bit down there and it's done as well. There we go. So, yeah, there may end up being some problems with smells. I am just going to hope for the best, though. Now we have just had someone move out. We have got to prestige level 2. We did briefly, anyway, once we hit population of 40, but it went back down because this guy left. I'm not sure why this guy left. I don't know what happened there, but we do not have these bigger offices, which, if we stick with the pattern we've been using here, we're not actually going to be able to place... We can place 3 per floor versus what we were placing before. So that's going to be interesting, placing those. The larger offices, we'll see what happens with those as well. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. Let's get this smaller office in here as soon as we possibly can, so that we can get this empty space filled up, please. Come on, get that stuff up. There we go. So that's going to be filled up ASAP. These guys are... Actually, I assume yeah, we need more courier services. That's something we'll deal with. We will absolutely get to that. But for the time being, we are going to just have to leave it as is. Now, all of these apartments, barring one, have been filled up. So, yeah, we are getting some reasonable money. We got that out of the way, which is good. Let's have a look at this. So we unlocked, I think, storerooms. Yes, because we unlocked some stores. And we also unlocked the larger apartments, which... Now, these will actually fit perfectly. I can place these really, really well. Needs to be above the ground floor. So these will actually fit perfectly. Which is making me think that it might be worth getting rid of these smaller apartments and placing a bunch of these. And then just leaving a space down the right. So this one would go here, and then we just have that space to the right of it completely empty. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bulldoze you. And get that, I'm going to sort of prepare for that idea. So that's what we'll try, I think. I think that seems like a fairly good idea. Let's also knock the infrastructure costs down just a little bit there, so that we can get ourselves a bit more money. And let's also fill up this with a creative office if possible. I'd also like to go ahead and get myself another elevator. So throw that in there. And for stores, I want to get... I reckon we'll get 2 of these. So 1 and 2. Possibly more. Well, let's try... Oh, no. Maybe, I feel like doing these in the middle is a much better idea. Because they're much closer to the utility closets. So do those in the middle like so. Give me the material to just patch up the walls there. So those are gonna go in the middle, which means they'll have everything they're gonna need. We can't get any of these though. We need empty storage bays. So empty storage bays are gonna have to go beneath this section here. So what I'll do is expand like this, And then a staircase can go... It actually cannot go in the middle, which is unfortunate. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, how did I get a staircase in the middle over here? What did I... I can get a staircase in the middle of that. Oh dear. Oh dear. I may have added this up wrong. That's annoying. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Am I just having a... Am I having a senior moment here? Is that in the middle? There's... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the right. Am I having a senior moment? I feel like I'm having a senior moment. Did I do... What did I do differently over here? I'm so confused. What? You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a dumb staircase. We're gonna put the staircase there. Then storage can just go... But you know what? Just do 2. Do 2 staircases. That's how little I care. That's how baller I am. Then that cannot go in the middle either. Oh, no. I don't know what way I did this. I actually do not know what way I did this, which is annoying me. Let me just do that, and let me do the plumbing closet there. This is actually a really good floor for storage anyway, because it will have just everything on it. So what would you need? You need electricity lines, phone lines are pretty common. So electricity and phone is generally all they need. So give them electricity like so, and give them phone lines as well. I have that other loan, don't I? Yeah, this is gonna be a bit tricky. 350 to build you. Yeah, that's not gonna be happening. Maybe, just maybe we build some of these first. So 180 is some pretty good money. We'll go ahead and grab that and hope for the best. Seriously gonna be hoping that we can make some money. We should be able to, because infrastructure costs are going to be half of what they usually are, so this should not really be a problem at all. And I think once we have our first couple of stores in, we'll leave it there for today, because this money is pretty low. This is alarming, this money here, and that's not something I want to see. That is actually very bad. That is very, very bad, because those guys are going to move out. Because those guys don't have enough electricity. Because we need another switchboard, or whatever it is, transformer, in the building. And we can't afford it, because it's quite expensive up front, and it's like 250 to run per day. So, I'm probably going to want to downscale a little bit. If those guys move out, everyone else will be fine. They are the only people having problems with it. But I don't know. I can't say I'm entirely happy about that. Oh, that's a relief. We made about $1,000 yesterday. We did have this guy here move out, but I'm not too worried about that. We do absolutely need another one of these electricity transformers, so we'll get that, because we do desperately need it. So that's now installed. These guys moved out, unfortunately. We can look at aesthetics, though, but I want to look here. What do we really need? We don't need small artworks. I think another construction office is what we need. So operations is going to be the first bet. 500 to build this office, which does need to be above ground, which is kind of a shame. I don't really want it anywhere currently. I don't really have the space for it, so we'll get that eventually. We're not going to get it right off the bat. But we do have more electricity. So what we can do is throw that office back in there. We'll get another creative office for 180. Then I want to throw some of these stores in. Now, what do we need? An empty storage bay. Which is annoying because it's 500 off the bat and oh, it's expensive to run every day. Okay, put that there. And I can't afford to build any of these. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned because I don't know how much money I'm actually going to pull in tomorrow. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. Hold on. This is 5,000 in rent, which I'm pretty close to. That got me some money. So this means I can get a couple of these. Okay, 200 per day on rent. 250. What do you need? Electrical lines. You guys want phone lines, so 250. And you'll do 200. A drugstore needs a phone line and it will pay 250. A flower store needs... not as much. Wine and spirits. I would kind of like more, but I don't want them to compete because that is a drugstore. That is a mobile phone store. So I guess food and beverage is a good go-to. And I guess wine and spirits? I don't know. Books, news, and that's... Oh, I can't afford it. Well, hopefully that'll be okay. Hopefully these 3 stores can generate enough money and enough rent to help me out here. We are pretty close to this 5,000 that we need. We're at 47 out of 50 population. They need a phone line. Why don't they have a phone? Oh, hold on a minute. We are running into the same problem we ran into before, aren't we? We don't have enough phone lines. Right. So that makes things a bit complicated. We are at 47 out of 50 tenants. 48. But these guys are going to leave because there's not enough switchboards in the building. And a switchboard is expensive. That's $350 per day. So these guys are going to leave. Which is really, really bad. They are gone. So that was a waste of money. Excellent. It's almost time for the daily rent, and I'm not entirely convinced we're going to make a lot of money. I'm not certain that we're going to make a lot of money. We need to make something. 155 is something, I suppose. 4,625 on rent is fine. We do need the population to go up a little bit. We also need to get something here that doesn't require a phone. Now, we can't actually afford to build any of these, which is annoying. That is very, very annoying. I am not entirely sure what to do. I suppose just leaving the game running and generating some money is going to be the best thing to do. Getting some stores that don't require a phone line is also probably a pretty good idea. That is a mobile phone store. That is a convenience store. So I guess getting wine and spirits, because it doesn't require a phone line, and a flower store as well. So getting those two is probably a pretty good idea. But I'm not going to bother doing that in this episode, because I am going to leave it there for today. We've established the foundation of Plump Tower. This is how wide it's going to be. We don't actually need to expand it to the right because of the idea I have with these. These fit in perfectly, so they'll go back to back. There'll only be one on this side, and then to the right of it, we're going to have garbage disposal. And hopefully that garbage disposal will be enough to serve the entire floor. If not, we'll have to come up with something for this area over here. But again, we will absolutely see how things go. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, thank you kind of for watching. This has been Project Highrise, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!